Okay, today we're going to continue our discussion on the quadratic formula and solving problems using the quadratic formula. Just remember the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. So once your equation's equal to 0, you're ready to plug things in and come up with your solution. So this is number 13 from your book, 2x squared plus x minus 5 equals 0. And because it's equal to 0, we're immediately ready to plug things into the equation. So on this problem, our a value is 2, our b is the number with x, which there's not a number there, so it's just 1, whoops, and then our c value is negative 5. So that's the numbers we're going to be plugging in to the formula. So just using substitution, negative b, that would be negative 1, plus or minus square root of b squared. Well, 1 squared is just 1, minus 4 times 2 times negative 5 all over 2a. Well, a is 2, 2 times 2 is just 4. So now we work on simplifying this. We don't do anything yet with that first negative 1. We leave it alone. Underneath the square root sign, negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, and then negative 8 times negative 5 is positive 40. So we have 1 plus 40, which would be 41 underneath the square root sign, and then still 4 on bottom. Okay, we're going to go ahead and simplify this further by taking the square root of 41. And even though that's not a whole number, we just go ahead and do it on our calculator and round it, which when I do it on my calculator, I get the square root of 41 to be about 6.4. So we've got negative 1 plus or minus 6.4 over 4. Well, once you get to this point, we're almost done. Now we're ready to split this equation up and come up with our two solutions. So one of our solutions is negative 1 plus 6.4 over 4. The other one is negative 1 minus 6.4 over 4. We go ahead and solve those two problems. When I do negative 1 plus 6.4, I get a certain number. Then when I divide that by 4, I get 1.35. So one of my answers here is 1.35. When I do negative 1 minus 6.4, I get negative 7.4. When I divide that by 4, I get negative 1.85. So my two solutions here are 1.35 and negative 1.85. So you can solve any problem in this section that asks for solutions just by using that formula and then simplifying. Okay, again, important that you keep your signs straight, or it's possible you could come up with incorrect answers along the way. Okay, that's part of the section. The other part of the section involves finding the discriminant, telling how many solutions there are. Okay, remember the discriminant is just the number under, or is just the part of the quadratic formula underneath the square root sign, the b squared minus 4ac part. And remember, when you do that, there's three possible solutions you could get. You could get a positive number, you could get a negative number, or you could get 0. If you do the b squared minus 4ac and you come up with a positive number, that means that you have two solutions to your problem. Okay, it means you would be able to split the problem up, come up with two solutions. If you get a negative number, it doesn't matter if it's negative 1 or negative 100, if you come up with any negative number, there's no solutions because you can't take the square root of a negative number. The other possibility is if you get 0 when you do b squared minus 4ac, that just simply means that your quadratic has one solution. Okay, so on problems where it says to use the discriminant, you don't have to actually find the solutions, you just have to tell how many there are. So for instance, on this one, which is number 18, 3x squared equals 5x minus 1. Well, before we can do the discriminant, we have to get our equation equal to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5 and add 1. I'll go ahead and do that all in one step. That leaves me with 0 on the right. Nothing on the left-hand side is a like term, so I have 3x squared minus 5x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, I'm going to find the discriminant of this equation. So a on this problem is 3, b is negative 5, c is 1. So I do b squared minus 4ac. Well, negative 5 squared, that's negative 5 times negative 5, positive 25, minus 4AC. Well, that would be 4 times 3, which is 12, times 1, which is still 12. 25 minus 12 is 13. Now, we don't care too much about that answer, okay, other than the fact that it's a positive number. Well, if we go back over here, positive number means that we have two solutions. So this particular problem has two solutions. We don't have to actually find them. We just have to state that there's two. So that's what you're doing today. Continue working on Wednesday's assignment, and we will see you Monday.